reached the end of another term at Colyton Grammar School, and indeed the end of another year. For me, personally, I reached the end of 32 years teaching. 18 years ago, when I came to Colyton Grammar School, I only intended to stay for 5 years. But the video that follows will give you a flavour of the school that's quite a special place, and perhaps explain one of the reasons why I'm still here.
This year in Coding Club, Year 7 and 8 students have been working on the Coding Challenge. This set them a brief to promote sustainability through programming. All 3 teams we entered were successful, and as a result we were invited to visit Double Negative Visual Effects Studio in London. This is an Oscar-winning visual effects studio, and this was a fantastic visit. We had the chance to speak with their chief scientist, who spoke about how he uses coding in his work. As the Coding Club has only been running a year, this achievement bodes well for future successes.
In March, all Year 11 students took part in an online maths and stats competition. A few weeks later, we had the notification that we made it into the final 12. That meant we had the chance of winning up to £2,500 if we came first. So on the 1st of July, 5 Year 11 students, Alfie, Luke, Matthew, Harry and Sarah, went to Reading so that they could compete.
I think it was a very great experience taking part in the competition. I think we learned a lot of useful skills to do with teamwork and also collectively making decisions under pressure as a group.
We were only 7 marks behind, and we came second, which is a remarkable achievement. This meant we received £1,000 for the department, and we are now in the process of thinking about how this would most benefit the students.
One of the challenges for students in the early part of sixth form life is knowing what they might want to do when they leave Colyton. So to help with this, we organised a day on the 19th of June where we asked students that had studied A-level maths at Colyton if they would come back and say a little bit about what they did in their degrees, how maths had helped them, and then what they've done if they've gone on into the working life. We had 6 students came back, and their degrees were very varied. Some of them were engineering, some did economics, and amongst other degrees. And in addition to that, many of those that weren't able to come back sent in information about themselves, some of which is displayed behind me as posters detailing what they've been up to.
Well, we've been running this exchange with Villefranche-sur-Saône for about 13, 14 years. We've done it 7 or 8 times, and we've taken about 36 people each visit. It's a great place to go. During the visit, we go to see Lyon. There's an animal-themed theme park nearby, which is worthwhile. And we're there for a week. I myself firmly believe that our students really do thrive on any contact with French and German families. They return more confident socially and personally, and I believe they really do enjoy the experience. No longer is abroad such a foreign place, they feel that it's a country they can go to again. That's the ideal that they want to see more of.
2015 saw one of the most eagerly anticipated general elections in recent history, and we at Colyton wanted to very much tap into that excitement that was being generated on a national level and use it as an opportunity to engage our students in the world of politics. Therefore, with that in mind, our student leaders in history and politics organised a range of events for the school. It began with the local candidates for our constituency, Tiverton and Honiton, coming in to do a question time style event where they took questions and answers from the audience. Secondly, there was a guess the results competition that students could try and predict the outcome of this unpredictable election. And finally, the students themselves conducted an own general election for the school, where students launched their campaigns and manifestos in an assembly and went on the campaign trail, and ultimately it culminated with a vote on the 7th of May. And with a voting turnout far higher than that of the real election, we hope that it very much got our students into the habit of voting for the rest of their life.
Another very busy term in the music department. We've been and sung Evensong in Exeter Cathedral, had 2 different weeks of music exams and a concerto concert where we featured Year 13 soloists just before they left school. And all of that was building up towards our highlight of the year, which is our choir tour. This year going abroad to Nuremberg, partly inspired by the modern languages links there with a partner school in Eckental. We were delighted to do a joint concert with them, which was very well received, and we were in the local press there as well. And then we took part in services and events in Nuremberg and the surrounding area. And one of the really nice things on a tour like that is to be able to do things in the local community. So it wasn't just us being tourists, it was actually us taking part and supporting what goes on in another country.
This year, instead of going to Paris, we went to Edinburgh with our Year 12 students. I took 16 students for their A2 work, and this was predominantly to get primary first-hand experience of galleries. Now, we visited the Scottish traditional galleries and also the contemporary galleries. The students made lots of studies, also up at the Sir Walter Scott Monument. Students had lots of fun, took lots of photographs, got some amazing studies into their sketchbooks for their A2 coursework, and hopefully had lots of fun.